cloud architect career, cloud engineering career. Two fantastic careers. But guess what? You have to choose. Watch this video to find out why. Hi, my name is Michael Gibbs, and I'm the founder and CEO of Go Cloud Architects and Go Cloud Careers. And we're an organization dedicated towards building the best cloud computing and networking careers. Personally, I've been working in technology for over 25 years, and I've been helping others get their first tech job or get promoted in tech for over 2 decades. And my absolute favorite thing in the world is one of my students calls and says, "Guess what, Mike? I just got cloud hired." Today, we're going to talk about cloud architects and cloud engineers. And realistically speaking, these are really great careers, but where people err is they try to be a cloud architect and a cloud engineer at the same time. And it has to be an either or, and we'll tell you why. Cloud architects and cloud engineers have incredibly different jobs. And the challenge is you can't do two things that are so different from each other at the same time. And if you do, you'll fail at both. So let's talk about what architects do. Architects do system design, lots of presentation, lots of communication, lots of sales. All big picture work. We have to look at the end-to-end solution, and we're trying to solve customer problems by analyzing the business's systems, the people, the process, the technology, the workflows. So as architects, we need to be these big picture people. Now, cloud engineers are like the construction crew that builds the design that we cloud architects have. Deeply technical. And when I say deeply technical, we're talking coding, configuring, automation, deeply technical jobs. And the point is, to be a cloud engineer, you need to be able to focus on the details. Where to be a cloud architect, you've got to focus on the big picture. So let's describe the problem in a few ways. Let's assume you had a giant 747, a huge airplane, and it didn't have an autopilot. You've got a pilot and a co-pilot flying the plane. The pilot's there to make sure the flying plays perfectly, and the co-pilot's there to make sure if anything happens to the pilot or the pilot needs help. There's a second person there. So this is a critical role. And if those pilots aren't in the cockpit, the plane goes down. So we need our pilots in the cockpit focused on flying the plane. At the same time, in a Boeing 777, you've got hundreds of people in the back. And if nobody keeps the people in their seats, when there's turbulence, for example, or if no one were to hand out oxygen should an emergency occur, people could die. So we have the pilots flying the plane and the flight attendants in the back for safety, for good reason. See, we can't have that pilot give up his or her post to go out and keep people in their seats and make sure they're safe. You just can't do two things at the same time. Let's look at an Olympic gymnast, someone like Simone Biles. You know, when you look at Simone Biles and you watch her compete, you can see all the power, the speed, the agility, the athleticism, all skills for an Olympic gymnast. Olympic gymnasts are muscular because they have to have a high strength to weight ratio. They're powerful, they're agile. Now compare that to a marathon runner. A marathon runner is concerned with going long distances at a relatively slow speed. So a marathon runner won't have a lot of extra muscle on them because it's going to slow them down as they're trying to running. So they train differently than the Olympic gymnast. And if a marathon runner did Olympic gymnast work, they'd gain weight, which would make them bad runners. And if Simone Biles or an Olympic gymnast started running, they'd lose their strength, their speed, their agility because it's a different career. So let's go back to our careers. I just wanted to show you how you can't be good at both at the same time. For some reason, people in tech think we can do multiple things, but we can't. We're no different than the airplane pilot. We're no different than the doctor that's practicing medicine, not law, while at the same time, we're no different than that Olympian. We have to be great at what we do. So now let's think about it. Let's think about someone that's analyzing 50,000 lines of code. They are zoomed in, and they have to be deeply technical person. But if you're zoomed into those lines of code, you can't see the big picture of what's going on. So I'm going to prove this to you by giving you an example. In this video, we have a picture of my beautiful cat, Cindy. She's a cat that I rescued, or she rescued me. I don't really know, but I rescued her about a year ago from the cat rescue. Now, right now, you can see my big, beautiful cat. Now, what you can see we're going to do next is we're going to zoom in on the cat's eye. Now, what do you see? You see the cat's eye. What don't you see? The cat's tail, the cat's pointy ears, the cat's whiskers. All you can see is the cat's eye. So that's the thing. When you're doing engineering work, you must be zoomed in because we need that level of detail. But when you're zoomed in, You can't see the big picture. And as architects, we focus on the big picture. We can't afford to zoom in on the cat's eye, because once we do, when we're focused on that cat's eye, no matter how much fun it is to look at it, no matter how much we want to work on the depth, we can't see the big picture. So that's why cloud architects versus cloud engineers are very different. That's why you have to pick one. And they're very different skill sets anyway, versus the architect versus the engineer. So master your career and you'll have the best cloud computing career ever. Whether it's a cloud architect, cloud engineer, a DevOps engineer, a SysOps engineer, it doesn't matter. Train for your career and you will have an elite technology career. So go out there and get yourselves cloud hired. This is Michael Gibbs. I'm the founder and CEO of Go Cloud Architects and Go Cloud Careers, helping you build the best technology career. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. It was so nice having you join us for this video today. Let me tell you about some free services we do for the cloud community. Once per week, we actually have a free question and answer session live on YouTube, where you can come and ask us any questions you want about building your career related to cloud computing or networking, and we'll answer them in real time for you because we want to get you to your goals. Several more times per week, we have guests from industry experts that I've known for decades that are movers and shakers that have changed the world, that can give you information so you can build the best career. I invite them periodically. They are on my show. If there's a chance to do some free training on our channel, we'll do it live because we want you to all to have the best skills for the best career. So please subscribe and hit the bell. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to assisting you in your technology career. Thank you so much. This is Michael Gibbs from Go Cloud Architects.